You'd think at this point Disney would understand that marketing shows as being the gayest ever really isn't a winning strategy, but they're trying it yet again because after they marketed The Acolyte as the gayest Star Wars project ever, Aubrey Plaza and others are saying Agatha all along is the gayest Marvel one. It says about a month after Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company scrapped the gayest Star Wars project ever in The Acolyte, actress Aubrey Plaza and other members of the cast are promoting Agatha all along by describing it as the gayest Marvel project, which, first of all, this shouldn't have ever been a series. Maybe it will end up being fantastic. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But WandaVision started off really good, and it was intriguing with these sitcoms and all of the references, but the ending was disappointing when the big baddie was just Agatha because while, yes, we know her comic book counterpart is a badass, she really wasn't in the show. And yeah, it clearly was supposed to, focus on Scarlet Witch, but it just didn't seem like she could hold her own in her own series. But that's the direction they're going in. So that is, first of all, extremely questionable. And to market a series this way clearly isn't a winning strategy, at least in the comic book space, because there are plenty of people in the comic book sphere who are fine with happening to see, a gay man or a lesbian in a movie or a show. But the problem is that every single product they're coming out with, this is all they're hammering away at, is the DEI messaging that they are pushing, and that is what people are fighting back against in movies, TV shows, video games, entertainment in totality. It's fine to have one or two characters that happen to be part of this group. If they're well written, it shouldn't be the highlight of the character. It shouldn't be the only reason why the character exists, but we're talking about Disney here, and Disney doesn't know what good entertainment is anymore. Variety asked, I'm told I hear, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree? And Plaza responded, it better be, because that's what I signed up for. I personally think that it is. Why you'd send your actors and actresses into an interview to say this after you literally just had a $180 million giant gay failure will just always blow my mind. The Acolyte cost them $180 million to make, and they canceled it after the first season because of how abysmally the viewership was. And yes, true, they already have this project. It's not like it's a year and a half after The Acolyte and they're still going in this direction, even though I definitely think they will because it's Disney we're talking about. But you just think that they would try to shift the narrative around Agatha all along and really try to highlight a lot of the comic book references, a lot of the, tie-ins to other MCU projects, but they are not doing that. It's just not a good strategy. And at the end of the day, this is Disney. So it's Bob Iger. And the Bob Iger effect is definitely in full swing. He is someone who thinks that eventually the modern messaging they're pushing into content will pay off. And they are only emboldened by the fact that they have a lot of failures every year, like Acolyte failed this year, right? But they made billions on Deadpool and Wolverine. They know that right there. And and also Inside Out 2, that is billions because each one made just over $1 billion. That those, wins make up for the fails, make up for the losses in things like The Acolyte. So he's continued to be emboldened because he's still making money at the end of the day, and it's not like they are seeing a negative on their bottom line and in totality because they have products that are still coming out, still getting a lot of attention, and are still making money. But these losses are all catching up with them, and we do not know what Agatha all along cost to make, but you do have to consider it was delayed twice, and they've changed the title of it like 5 times in a desperate attempt to try to remarket it, and none of that has worked, so it doesn't really sound like they are very confident. And she also later claimed that not only is it the gayest project ever, but she also was claiming that it will be a gay explosion. by the end of it. That's not what people want to watch. This is just not the content that people want to see when they flip on a Marvel show. Plaza was also not the only one to promote the production as gay. Another actress also agreed that the show is the gayest Marvel project ever done. She said, I would totally agree with that. You'll see when you watch it. Well, that's the problem, is I don't think a lot of people are going to watch it. But I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and set aside for many reasons. Yeah, they don't understand who their target audience is anymore, and they've proven that for kind of years at this point. But they're only continuing down that path. So of course, I will be keeping my eye on Agatha all along, but after losing nearly 200 million on The Acolyte, which was the gayest Star Wars project ever, it looks like Agatha all along is now the gayest Marvel project ever, and I just don't see a lot of people watching this. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.